Hi guys, Jangro here, and welcome to episode 6 of All the Mods 8. In this episode, we are going to take a look at mystical agriculture, and we're going to use that as the subject for automating crop harvesting. So we're going to look at all the different ways to do that and progress into mystical agriculture, which is a really cool mod. So stick around. Okay, so before we can get started automating crop harvesting, we need some crops to harvest. We've got this one here, but that's boring. We're going to get into mystical agriculture, which is a way to use crops to grow just about any resource you could ever want. Oh, since the last episode, I carved out this basement, started to sort this out. And speaking of sorting out, we've got all kinds of functional storage drawers going here. Big 1x1 storage drawers, 2x2s, and some compacting storage drawers, which are really cool. You just drop some sort of ore or compacting material. It doesn't have to be ores, and it automatically converts it into nuggets or block. It's really efficient at storing them. But we can store things, anything that can be compacted just about, like redstone and lapis. So yeah, and we've got this storage controller here, which is connected to all of these things. I'm just going to show you this quickly. It uses this linking tool, and if we hold the linking tool in our hand, it shows what is linked. And if we put things into this storage controller, it will automatically put stuff into the corresponding drawer that will hold it. Let's link a few more of these. If you right click in the air, it swaps the action, and I'm swapping it to add. And now I right click on these and it adds them in. I don't want to have all these unfilled drawers linked because it will just automatically put stuff in those instead of putting it where it belongs. So I like to add things individually, specify what's going to go in there, and then I'll add it to the kind of storage controller network that we have going here. This storage controller can reach in a span of 16 blocks, so it can connect to any number of drawers within that kind of radius. Okay, so let's now take a look at mystical agriculture. And the starting point is over here, Inferium Essence. And if you hold on to an Inferium Essence, which you get killing mobs, you can get it mining. We've got a bunch of that already. You get this mystical agriculture book. So yeah, I've got a bunch of essence right here. Grab a stack or two, and this prosperity shard, with both of which we need to get going. The first thing we're going to want to do to get going, though, is to grow Inferium. And in order to do that, we need to make some Inferium seeds and plant them. From there, we'll get Inferium essence. So there's a way to get more Inferium essence out of essence. And so we need some wheat seeds, which I have over here. And we can make a bunch of Inferium seeds like this, and we just craft it. And there we go. We've got 16 Inferium seeds. Now we just got to plant it. So let's head back up here. I'm going to start planting stuff up in this area. We're going to get a couple different crops going. And we've got a water bucket and a hoe. And let's put this down right here and till this land. And we'll plant these Inferium seeds. We'll just do that for now. So we're going to use these other ones probably somewhere else. So these are going to grow and not super fast. And when we harvest them, we're going to get Inferium. So let's take a look at our first automation for harvesting. There are a couple different things we can grab right away. And that is a botany pot, which is this right here, a botany pot and a hopper botany pot. Botany pot, we're going to need some terracotta, and for a hopper botany pot, it just adds a hopper to that. So we need some bricks. So we need some, we probably don't have enough clay. I think we have some clay up here as well. Yes, we do. Not nearly enough. So I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab some clay. Okay, so I've got some clay, cooking, and bricks and terracotta. Let's take a quick look at the book. You should definitely take a look at the Mystical Agriculture book. It's full of great information. Everything that I'm going to show you I've learned by reading through this book. So very useful, and you get it as kind of the first reward from the advancements. Let's grab some, let's see, do we have any hoppers? I went from being disorganized in chests to being disorganized visually. All right, we'll make a couple of hoppers. We need some wood. Chests. We're going to need some chests to store things in as well. But we've got the hoppers here, and we can grab our bricks. and some terracotta. And make a few of these hopper botany pots. So I'm just going to go straight to hopper botany pots. They work the same, except for they automatically empty stuff into a chest that's below it or some storage. So I don't think we want to mess with just the regular botany pots. Okay, we've got 2 hopper botany pots. The other thing I want to show you is a harvester pylon. This pylons mod has some pretty cool stuff in it. We just need some quartz slabs, some polished blackstone. Let's see, I've got some blackstone right here. Just 5 of them. How do we polish it? Do we cook it? Okay, we get 4. Thank goodness. Okay, we've got that. We need some quartz. Make some quartz blocks, which we then need to make quartz slabs. And we need 3 quartz slabs. Hay bale and some iron bars. I've got some iron bars around here somewhere. Here we go. We've got 2 iron bars we got from a dungeon. And what was the other thing we needed? Oh, a hay bale. Definitely got hay bales around. We'll grab one of those. And we can make a harvester pylon. These are great. They don't require any power. You just put it next to a crop in the middle of crops, and it needs a hoe in it, so we'll make 1 more hoe. All right, let's go use these things. Any of our stuff grow yet? Not yet. So we can put the harvester pylon right in the water, like this. And we put a chest on top of it, like this. That's it. We have to now just configure it. We have a 3x3. Well, this garden is a 5x5. It's tough to get to it. There we go. So we can make it up to a 9x9, I think. And we just need a hoe in here. And that should do it. Yep, it says pylon is working now. You have to close it and open it again. So now when these things grow up, it's just going to automatically harvest them and replant the same seeds. If you just harvest Inferium or any mystical agriculture plants that are grown on regular soil, they're not going to give you any seeds. So you want to make sure you conserve the seeds that you made by using some method like this. Okay, let's take a look at these botany pots as well. We need them to sit on top of some chests. Let's put them right here. I don't know. I kind of want these to be on their own individual chests. And we just place these right here. And we right click on them. And we can put a soil or a planting substrate and then seeds on top of it. So we need a couple dirt. It's in my backpack. Oh, I already had a whole bunch of dirt. Just like that. And we put the seeds. And it should start to grow. Does it need to be farmland? Oh, the seed cannot grow in the current soil. We apparently need Inferium farmland. So let's look this up. Mystical agriculture has these different tiers of farmland, and Inferium is the simplest. And all we need is a hoe, some farmland, and Inferium essence. So let's go take care of this. We'll grab some more, just a couple essence. And if we put this in here with Inferium and a hoe, we get Inferium farmland. Now we can take a look in our quest book and see here that we've accomplished this one right here, making inferior farmland. And we're going to progress by Prudentium, Tertium, Imperium, Supremium, and Insanium. And as we progress in these different levels of farmland, we can grow different levels of things. So on Inferium farmland, we can grow our first tier things like stone seeds. And we just need some more Inferium essence, prosperity seed base, and the thing that makes the type of seed. But let's start with by putting Inferium in this botany pot. So we take this farmland out and put this farmland in. Now it's growing. You can see it grows pretty fast. If you look carefully, you can see it growing. I mean, the big stages, the big jumps you can see easily, but you can actually see it growing really slowly. And we'll put the other one in here. And we'll put another Inferium seed in here. So we'll just be getting Inferium like this. Now, as it matures up to 100%, it will harvest it automatically and it'll end up in our chests. These are just kind of growing slowly at normal speed. Okay, let's go make our first type of seed. So we need some more of those and some... Oh, I already grabbed some prosperity shards. Okay, so now let's make our first stone seeds, which is any kind of stone, 4 essence and 1 prosperity seed base, which comes from wheat seeds surrounded by shards. So we can do this. Let's make a couple. Let's grab some stone and we'll make our stone seeds. Oh, and to do that, we can't do this in a crafting table. We need to do this with infusion altar and infusion pedestals. So the infusion altar, we need red wool, some gold, and some more stone. So let's just grab a stack of stone. We need some red wool. I only have white wool, but I do have some red dye up here in our mill. So over here, we took the long way. Let's grab all this red dye. So the infusion altar needs some gold. Not sure. I think 8 altars we need. But we'll start with this. So we need some red dye, red wool. We'll make one of those and get an infusion altar. And if we put the infusion altar down, it shows us where we need to put things. And we need 8, which means we need 8 more red wool. 5, 6, 7, 8. Only 5. I did not grab enough gold. All right, 8 altars. Perfect. All right, let's put this over here. Why not? This is kind of our crafting area. Altar ended up in here. Let's put it right here for now. And we put an altar in each of these spots. And we put a seed base in the middle here. And I think stone went on the sides. And the essence goes in the corners. And to activate this, we just need a redstone signal, which I can just make a button. Put that right here. Hit the button. Right click on that, and we have stone seeds. Where are they? They end up in my backpack. Here they are, stone seeds. All right, let's go plant those. We'll replace our Inferium seeds with stone seeds right here. And you can see while we were away, we got 3 essence from that one and 3 essence from this one. So we're cooking with essence here. This one's getting close, 71%. None have grown yet. And this one's about to finish. And there we go. We'll put those in there. Now, when you plant on like Inferium farmland or the higher level farmlands, there's a chance that you'll get seeds from these things. So we're going to start to get a few seeds from this stone, from this stone plant, and we've got company. Oh, look, got some more Inferium essence. So let's watch this grow up, and we'll get some stone essence from this. And there we go. We've got some stone essence. We'll just leave that there for now because we need more than one. But if we take a look at stone essence, just in a crafting table, we can make different things with. So we can make gravel with 2. We can make stone with some coal essence, and then we get some stone. Nether quartz essence for andesite. Nether quartz essence we need from nether quartz seeds, and we need tertium essence for this. So to get these kind of higher tier items, we need to get higher level essence, and you get tertium essence from prudentium essence, and prudentium essence you get from inferium essence by putting them in a crafting table with an infusion crystal. Now the infusion crystal, the blue one, has 1,000 uses. The master one has unlimited uses. And to make basic one, we just need a diamond and some of these easy things to get. To get the master one, we need supremium. And supremium is pretty high level. It's made from imperium, which is made from tertium, which is made from prudentium, which is made from inferium. So we're going to need a ton of inferium essence, which is why we want to automate this whole process. Between recording sessions, we did a stream, which resulted in some interesting trophies from the looter mod. I just found a ton of loot, all kinds of stuff here. Pneumaticraft stuff, these mine colonies, supply camps and supply ships, all sorts of stuff. Which you can check us out on twitch.tv/Jangro. There'll be a link in the description. And while we're at it, I would love it if you would do me a favor and subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much. That allowed some time for our crops to grow. So let's see what happened here. We've got 16 inferium essence from this little garden here. That's pretty cool. And we've got a whole bunch of stone essence and a stone seed. So we are getting seeds because we're planted on mystical agriculture farmland, in this case inferium. And let's see what our inferium production is doing. So clearly the botany pots are far superior to just normal growth on farmland, even with the auto harvesting. There are lots of other harvesting options. If we take a look in JEI here and just search for a harvest, we can see that we've got the mechanical harvester from Create. There's a harvest shrine, which I don't really know anything about. There's a harvesting drone, which sounds pretty awesome. There's the pylon, there's a harvest rod. So there's lots of things that we can do to harvest. And we're going to take a look at one more, which is the Create mechanical harvester. So I think if you are just looking for a single block solution, the botany pot is perfect. The Create harvester, though, runs on windmill power. We can create a windmill for it, and I need more Create rotational energy anyway. So we're going to get started on a really quick, maybe the simplest Create harvester that you can make. And for that, we need to make a bunch of these harvesters. It's all easy stuff, iron plates, andesite stuff. We're going to need some sails, which are also really easy, just some wool and sticks and andesite. And we're going to automate the production of the essences. So we're going to use the farm to grow the inferium essence, and then we'll use auto crafting with Create using the mechanical crafter, which we're going to need some electron tubes and brass casing, stuff that we've already made. And we're going to set up a Create harvester, and we're going to set up a completely automated crafting system with Create to get all the way to ultimately Insanium essence. I'll be right back with all the materials for that. All right, here we are again in the spot where we're going to build our Create harvesting system. We've got a lot to do. I didn't want to spend it all making these things. So we've got stuff for the harvester, and we've got stuff for the auto crafting setup that we're going to do later. And that's really the cool stuff I want to show you. So let's build this as quickly as we can. We need the windmill bearing right here. We need it faced up. There we go. And on top of that, we need a radial chassis. And so we're going to send these harvesters over this farmland right here. Most people put linear chassis out here and then connect the harvesters to that, but we don't need to do that. All we really need is to get these harvesters like this. And then we'll remove this dirt. And another radial chassis right up here on top to connect the sails to. And we'll put the sails right here. And we're going to go up one to give it some extra speed. And now we just need to make sure we glue all of this stuff together. You right click on one corner and then right click on the other corner. And we need to have a chest. And we need a portable storage interface on this end. Don't shift click, just click. And let's just make sure. I think everything is glued on here. I did a test earlier that had things glued. Okay, so now what's interesting about this is you don't actually need linear chassis. This contraption, no matter what it's made of, is all glued together. And so here's our storage chest, and the portable storage is on the other end, and it should all just work. And now as we rotate this thing, by right-clicking on the windmill bearing with a bare hand, it's going the wrong direction because I clicked it with this thing. We want it to go clockwise, I think. There we go. You can see it harvested one of those. We've got a stone seed planted here, and these are all Inferium seeds in this row. Now we could have put another whole row of harvesters on this side, but it's just crops growing slowly, so we don't really need a double pass of harvesters. But what's cool about this is you don't actually need these linear chassis. These things are just here and connected to this harvester like that. So if we stop it and look in the chest, there should be one Inferium essence that we got from that. Let's get lined up for where the storage interface is passing here. So we need to be 1 or 2 blocks away this way for the other storage interface. Let's 1, 2, well, we can be 1 away. So we'll do it right here. And now these things should connect. All right, so now what I want to do is send a belt under here. So let's get our shafts and we'll send the belt under here. And for now, we'll have it go to here. And by putting a chute under here, everything will fall out of this and onto the belt. And we'll put we'll put a barrel right here with a funnel on it. We've got a bunch of brass funnels. We don't necessarily need brass, but we're going to be fancy like that. Now we just got to get this belt moving. So let's dig our way down here. I already dug under here, but here's where our windmill is coming out. So let's put a vertical gearbox on here. We just need to get this moving over to that end and faster. We need to speed things up. So we've got some large cogs. So if we start with a large cog turning a small cogwheel, that's going to speed things up like this. We need a big cogwheel turning a small cogwheel, and this is going twice as fast as that. And we're going to get some shafts and we'll move this out this way, and then we'll turn a big cogwheel with this small one and then put another small one up here. And now we've doubled or quadrupled, I think, actually, the speed. So now if we turn a big one with this, yeah, things are moving faster. And we'll put a small one there. Now that's moving pretty fast in the right direction. Let's go with this and see how this does for us here. So we just need to get this one turning with this. Put a belt right here to here. And now our belt is turning. Okay, now we have our working harvester, and it drops stuff into this chute and into this barrel right here. And again, we've collected some inferium and some stone essence. The reason I extended the belt over there that far is because I want to put this botany pot on the belt, because this is a nice quick way to set this up and get some inferium essence. Now, because this is a hopper, it's going to drop it straight onto the belt when it grows. And we could just set up a whole line of these things. And so between our create harvester and our botany pot growing infernium, we're going to get a whole bunch of infernium in here. Now we need to process this infernium. So let's look at this recipe here. Infernium and an infusion crystal, we can get a prudentium essence. And with prudentium, we can get tertium. And with tertium, the infusion crystal, we get imperium and so on. And if we take a look here, we can see the different levels. Imperium, supremium, insanium. And if you think about it, at each level, you need 4 of the previous level. So by the time we're up into the higher levels, we're multiplying 4 infernium by, I don't know, 24. So we need a ton of infernium, and we're going to set up an auto processor for that right here. So from this belt right here, we're going to run over and set up mechanical crafting to process that recipe we just looked at. So if we put these, let's try these right here. And so this pattern, again, looks like this. Infusion crystal in the middle, infernium on the 4 sides, and nothing in the corners. But we need to have these here in the corners in order to connect them. So nothing goes into them. We put these brass plates on there. And then with the wrench, we connect the outer ring like this. So now when we put infernium in here, just from this side, it's going to fill all the way around to the sides. And in the middle, we're going to put, I think I have an infusion. So let's just put the infusion crystal in here. It shouldn't move. We want to have everything going out to this side over here. And so we'll run everything through the middle and up to this side. These ones on the corners, they don't matter. So it looks good. We can arrange them like this. So it's nice and symmetric. We're going to push things in this side over here. All right, so now we need a chest on the end. Let's use barrels. Barrels are a little better looking. Let's just watch this work. Let's grab some infernium essence. We right click there. Oh, we need it moving, of course. So now let's get a cog down here. And if we connect a belt right here, this should do the trick. And everything moves in, crafts into prudentium essence. And the infusion crystal also comes out. So we need to get that back in somehow into that middle slot. So let's take care of that. Let's extend this belt over. And we'll put a brass funnel here. And a brass funnel here. And now these things are going to come out and make a mess. So what we need to do is configure this so that they only spit out things 4 at a time. And we're going to need a filter eventually so that it only sends Infernium out of here, not the stone or anything else that comes out of our harvesting system over here. Okay, now let's work on getting this infusion crystal back into that middle slot. And we'll do that with a belt right here, going from here. And we're going to go all the way over to here, because we're going to also recycle the items and send them back through so that they can upgrade themselves further. So we'll get this perpetual upgrading system going, getting us all the way to Insanium. So we'll put a belt here. And we need a brass funnel right here and a brass funnel here. And if we change the arrow, that crystal will come out onto the belt. And we need to filter this funnel so it'll only pull in the Infernium crystal into that center slot when it comes rolling by. And now we need to get stuff into this chest, this barrel, and I think we can put a chute with a brass funnel on it. And I think everything that comes down through here, which is just going to be essence, is going to go back into that chest and come back out this side. And so we'll be able to process these things. Now already I can think of a future upgrade where we might want to split off this and like send half of the essences into storage, so we're not upgrading everything. So we're collecting some of everything, because we do need to keep every type of essence around. We'll do that later. Then we just need to get this thing spinning, and it's already, we need it to go the opposite direction, so we'll use cogs for that. 2 cogs change directions of things. And now if we put the fusion crystal in here, pops out and goes right back into the center, and there it is, ready for the next operation. Oh, and we had some stuff ready for it. Let's watch what happens. So that goes into there. Nice. And this should pop into that barrel. And when we collect 4 of those, they will get upgraded to tertium. Perfect. Okay, so the last thing we need to do is set a filter on here so that we only get essences coming out into this crafting system right here, because we're going to have stone essence come out, and we don't want that to go through into this crafter. So there are 2 types of filters. One is an attribute filter, and the other is just a plain old filter. And so we can specify the individual essences in the item filter, or we can put, I think, if we right click on an attribute filter and we take an example of some Virium essence, if we put that here, and this isn't going to help us because we can't specify the different types of essences. So we're going to use, instead of the attribute filter, we're going to use just a regular filter and put Virium essence, Prudentium essence, Tertium essence, Imperium essence, Premium essence. And there's one above Supremium, I believe. Yeah, Insanium, which we don't want to send through because you can't make anything out of Insanium essence. There's not a similar recipe for that. Okay, so taking another look at this, we've got these 5 different kinds of essences in here. It's allowing them, and we just click check, and we put that in the filter here. And some things snuck out while we took the filter off of there. So let's get these things back. Put these things back in here. Oh, we lost our count, so we still need it to be 4. There we go. And the stone can just sit in there. All right, let's grab a bunch of essence, which we should have here, and put it in. And let's watch this all get processed. Now, when the prudentium gets 4, it's going to process those 4 and turn them into tertium. This has already happened once while we were just kicking around here. And if we want to force something, we can swap that place with these. So they get processed before the infernium when they stack up. That should work. Here comes some prudentium, which is going to work its way through. Here come the prudentiums, and they're going to make, I forget what it's called, the orange one. And we'll see that come down the belt. Tertium. Now we have 2 tertium. And this system is going to just continually process these essences and turn them into higher level essences. At some point, we can set up a system to kind of split off some of these so we can keep a bunch of them in stock. But for now, we'll just let these process. And eventually we'll end up with insanium. Pretty cool. Now we can upgrade our farm here by changing this just regular farmland into essence farmland from Mystical Agriculture. And we can also use these accelerators right here. There are growth accelerators that we can stack underneath the farmland. And these have a range of 12 blocks. These have a range of 24, 36, 48, 60. And so we can stack these just all the way down to bedrock, basically, or 60 blocks away for these. And that will speed up growth eventually, probably faster than our botany pot is doing. So there's how we can upgrade our create farm and get some really fast growth. The benefit of the create farm is that we can just mix and match, till this whole thing, put in regular crops, and this will just go forever. All right, I think we're going to wrap up there. This is a really fun application of Create Mechanical Crafters. I don't know, you don't see a good application very often, but this is a great one to automate this very tedious crafting that goes over and over again to upgrade stuff. We've got a harvester. We're going to expand that, plant a bunch more infernium and some other seeds that we get from Mystical Agriculture. I had a lot of fun making this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked the video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you.